German automakers have been under pressure for a while now, but one of the biggest names in the business has been doing so bad that management has had to call a major meeting to discuss the very survival of the company. Lars Holter is with Deutsche Welle and joins me from Berlin. Lars, what's the latest you're hearing?
Yeah, the latest I'm hearing is actually relatively fresh because talks there at Volkswagen went late into the evening. The biggest German car maker says they need to scale down drastically as they are selling approximately 1 million fewer cars per year than they have been just a few years ago, which means, of course, that they have to decrease their capacity to lower cost. Volkswagen's profit is currently down 26%. Now, looking at some details, Volkswagen wants to cut half their models in an effort to streamline their product palette. They will also have to make major cuts to the workforce, cutting up to 120,000 of their 650,000 jobs, which is even more than even the most pessimistic expectations were. 4 plants are likely to be closed, including one Audi plant, where the company's more upscale subsidiary makes some of its models. However, none of these plant details have been confirmed for now, despite the board meeting all day.
And Lars, then why is Volkswagen in this unfortunate situation?
Well, it's because, not unlike other German companies, they have seen their sales decline as entire markets evaporated, specifically their 2 biggest markets. The United States has become difficult for German car makers as they're paying hefty tariffs under the Trump administration, making cars more expensive there and thus less attractive compared to U.S. models. As for the other major market, China, they've built up their own auto industry over the past few years, and oftentimes they far outran German and other European brands. Those are now simply no longer in demand, and that's true not only for Volkswagen, but also Mercedes-Benz and BMW. Now, what weakened the German brands in comparison to Chinese competitors is 2 things. They fell behind on e-mobility, sticking to combustion engine cars for too long. And the other big factor is high cost of labor, high cost of energy, high taxes. They simply had a hard time making a profit on cars that were expensive to produce and had to compete with Chinese cars, whose makers in many cases even benefited from government subsidies.
And what are the reactions to the changes Volkswagen has now proposed?
People are very upset, which is not surprising considering the fact that the job cuts are expected to be so much more drastic than they had thought. There were protests yesterday at all Volkswagen plants, and people said this is a slap in the face for us. People were worried about their livelihoods, but also the fate of entire regions. So there is a lot of angst out there and anger too, because even though yesterday's meeting lasted into the evening, there is still no detailed plan out. There's still too many open questions. The chairwoman of the Workers' Council actually said, quote, "The executive board's treatment of the workforce is beyond disrespectful." She also says that plant closures shouldn't be seen as a strategy for the future of Volkswagen. Again, I quote, "It's crucial that Volkswagen once again impresses with competitive, innovative products." So saving the company through cuts, that's not what the workers want, of course. But with regards to their wishes, they aren't any closer to answers or a solution than they were before yesterday's meeting.